Is free to challenge, ZANU PF. And if everybody is free, so because of the democratic dispensation we got through our constitution of 2013, then what it means is that we may as well, be asking a few questions to this grouping in terms of, do they have this, do they have that? How easy is it for them to be able to provide us with an alternative government? So, Smarters, Leonard Coney is having challenges with his network, so I just want him to make his submission in case his network is just gonna fall before I can go to Captain
No,
Ndini.
don't worry about my brother Leonard. He's always having network problems before he before he makes his first submission. He's gonna be here for the next 4 or 5 hours, man. So allow me to land.
Okay,
Normal
okay,
Leonard will come.
yeah,
He's not
try
going
to land,
anywhere.
yeah, and then Leonard
Yeah.
Coney,
So
you
let,
pick
let
it
me
up.
just yes. Yeah. So if you are going to centralize everything or all your politics, to Harare and say everything has to happen in Harare, then you face problems, especially if you don't have enough resources. But the moment we start to decentralize our protests, start to decentralize our activities, which means people who are in Gweru, they don't need to travel to Harare to come and protest. Let's have protests in Gweru where people can walk to town, protest peacefully, or people in Mutare doing the same, Bindura and all that. I think that way we'll be able to achieve more. But the moment you want Chamisa to do everything, if he's going to call for a protest, obviously it's going to be in Harare. You are going to need Zupco buses and fuel and Kudata Guirei to provide 1.3 million liters, for people to be ferried from their different homes to Harare and back. I think that's where the issue is.
Yeah,
But this
all right.
approach that we are seeing from different opposition guys, politics, I think that's a very expensive game. It's very difficult for you to go against ZANU PF if you're not well resourced. But I think the greatest resource that people or that our leaders have currently, as we see them, they do have the masses, people who are there, who are ready to fund the movement, people who are there and ready to help each other. Vari kutakurana nemota dzavo, like what we did in 2017. Tiri kuziva kuti tiri kufarira nganga ichabata amai. So the masses are on opposition side. I think they need to leverage
All right.
on that. Yes, before we try to look at our to our
All right,
disadvantages to
Smartest,
say
you can hold it there because we still need to expand on this discussion. So, Comrade Leonard Coney, again, thank you for your service to the nation in the security sector with that vast experience that you gained in Zimbabwe. And here, when we talk about the issues of security as well, I think it comes also to the issues of the opposition political parties in Zimbabwe. If you look at an environment which is perhaps not safe, an environment where you find some other people agitating for this and that, and this meeting of these individuals, has got what? Jacob Bungari Vume. It has got who else? Wee Waskala and Jameson Timber. They have been actually in jail. Leonard, recently, all these individuals. Tendai Beat himself is well known for his robustness when he makes his statements and things like that. Are we likely now going to see perhaps a violent confrontation in Zimbabwe? From a security, perspective, and perhaps maybe loss of life again and destruction of property, like what was happening during the time of President Mugabe. Do you think we are now entering that season, Leonard? Right, Leonard's network, always a challenge. You need to move out from that basement, Leonard. So that we can be able to climb a mountain and we can be able to get the network properly. All right. So, Leonard, if you can hear me, drop again and come back. We'll give you the mic as soon as you come back. So let me just go to Captain. Let me see if I can manage to drop Leonard, and then I can be able to bring him up again. I don't know if he can even hear what I'm saying right now. Yeah, Leonard, you're on the listeners now. We want you to speak, and I don't know if you heard what I said from a security perspective. So as soon as you come up, Leonard, you speak. So, Captain, you may speak, but as soon as Leonard comes up, because
Yeah.
of his network, we'll just allow him to go ahead, right?
Thanks, Hulu. I don't need much time, anyways. Um, I've seen the opposition coming together with the Saves Trust, with Ibo Mandaza, to come and talk and deliberate about this constitutional amendment that's being rumored to be happening. Um, in the case of Nelson Chamisa, I think he has been very successful uh, in his objective. And his objective is not to challenge the government, but to allow the government to achieve its goals without any opposition whatsoever. Nelson Chamisa commands the highest number of people um, in opposition. So he got 1.9 million votes in 2023. And he has been very good at pacifying those people. You know, when a baby is crying, you put a pacifier in their mouth and they'll stop crying. And Nelson Chamisa is a master at pacifying people. He's a master at putting that binky in a crying child's mouth. With his verses, with everything that he has done so far, nothing has indicated that he's challenging the government. And it has been so. And when the other guys were still with him, they were just there, and he was pacifying them as well. But I think right now they've got a wake up call, and they've seen that when they were under the leadership of Chamisa, they couldn't realize their dreams, they couldn't realize their convictions because they were under the leadership of him. And now, as they're uniting, he's coming out again and saying that walking alone is better than walking with whoever, because he's also trying to pacify the people so that the people can not go with the people who are challenging the government. That's my observation. Many thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Uh, that's what it is. Okay, let me just go back to Ndini. So when it comes to, of course, I'm not very sure whether I mean Leonard Coney will be able to fix his network, but I was now talking here about the list. Two boys said, if you look at Tendai Biti, you look at Job Wiwaskala, and you look at Jameson Timber, you just have to stop there. The rest don't really matter. And then yet we also had Jacob Bungarivume together with Jameson Timber and Job Wiwaskala in prison, right? And I'm saying that with the type of robustness in terms of agitation and all that, and I mean the verbose, I mean speaking and stuff with Tendai Biti there, do you think that we are also entering a season where there is a potential violent confrontation that is going to take place in Zimbabwe? What is your take, Ndini? In your submission, you may have to touch base on that. Do you think that there are other people who might say, in order for us to prove that we are an alternative to Advocate Nelson Chamisa, we got to do something, and that something perhaps is what Comrade Geza failed to do. That is to put people onto the streets at Africa Unit Square, at Robert Mugabe Square, to have a violent confrontation with the government. Do you think this is potentially going to happen with this group of individuals as we look at them on the poster?
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.